Good afternoon. Welcome to the FXReturn.com weekly Forex market preview for the major currencies for Tuesday, October 28th, 2008. It's coming up on 16:30 GMT, 12:30 p.m. on the East Coast. And you can see the euro trading in the background at 24.90. Support currently, the next support below this trend line where our most recent lows were is at 2100 with 1985 above it. We've broken all supports on the downside. Resistance moves to 2930. And then the very important level at 33.41 with the down touch of this orange trend line. If this orange trend line eventually is broken in the future, then we can look to calculate a Fibonacci retracement level from the top of this wave 5 to the bottom of the end of wave C, but not until this orange line is broken. Currently, the MACD is still building to the downside, and the stochastic's trading under 20. So right now, it still appears that it may be a little early to jump the gun here on the euro. Although this could be the bottom, I wouldn't participate in the rally until we can break above this orange line, sloping downtrend line in the euro. And we have our levels, 2100 down the bottom, if we break through the bottom of that trend channel. See the same thing in the British pound. Dropping down, had its retracement wave. We're still trading well below the moving averages. MACD still building to the downside. Stochastics under 20. So the same thing applies there. So if we look at our levels in the British pound, we can see 52.50. That's our next major swing level. And 61.80, the retouch of this old parallel trend line, is our next immediate resistance. We're sort of in this range. We've got this little flimsy support here. Will it hold? I don't know. But all I know is if we break through 52.50, the last swing level that I had, 61.80, and 6,500, you see, we broke through. That was 300 pips. And 61.80, we broke through. That was almost 900 pips down to this low. So these swing levels are very, very strong. When we look at the New Zealand dollar, same trend channel as the pound and the euro. Almost, you don't even know I'm switching charts. It's a 55.31. Still building MACD to the downside. MACD still trading below the 20 line. So not a ton of momentum. No big candlestick. Both are reversed. So we do have the bottom of this trend line. They've all been flimsy so far. See if any of them hold. But we've got to break this sloping trend line there, the euro, this orange line, and the kiwi, certainly this black trend line, before we can start to calculate any top to bottom retracement levels. Let's look at the euro yen. Looks following right along with the euro downward. It's got a little boost today, 119.84. MACD still to the downside. Looks like it wants to poke its head up through. We can look at the euro yen, 119.71. So next support below this broken trend line is 15.55. Resistance, 19.80. We're just hitting it right now. But the next major level through this level is 21.10 onto this 23.52 area, the bottom of this trend line. So you may want to look at your shorter term charts in the euro yen. This is also bringing down the yen with it, 95.99. It's been following along. 9,600 currently, but the MACD is still building to the downside, and stochastics haven't really shown me much. Support underneath these lows are a recent 92.65, 9,100, and the bottom of this trend channel extended 85.88. Resistance just came through 95.78, so you can look at this 98.80 level. If the market's able to pick up any momentum, it would move in sympathy here with euro yen. But remember that we are in downtrends. Let's look at the weeklies on both. Doesn't look that appealing now. Still breaking down, building to the downside, stochastics buried. And we look at the yen on the weeklies, same story, still buried. So let's look at the reverse other indirects. You can see dollar yen moving down. That may turn, but we have the Canadian dollar and dollar Swiss. First, we'll look at dollar Swiss. We've been following this wave pattern, 3, 4, 5, ABC 2, 1, 2, expecting some type of wave 3 up, 16.18, moving up. MACD still building above the trigger. Stochastics are above the 80 line. And on my charts, I've got the next level at 23.60, above 21 and 18.16. So 18.16 has been our next target above this 14.51 level, which now is our current support. Right there with 11.05 underneath, 10.71 in the big level, 105.24 right in here to retouch of this trend channel. But let's look to see if these can continue to build. You can look at 18.16 as the next level. And when we look at dollar Canadian, we see that we've had, this has been the biggest mover of all. 28.15 was our target area, highlighted in red. with 25.53 beneath it. The next level that it hit was 30.48. Above that's 31.50, and the last of the Mohicans up here, 134. But let's take a look at this dollar Canadian chart. I did a wave measurement. You can see wave 1, wave 2, wave 3 then would be, if that were equal to it, there would be 1.6 will be 1.6 is great, and this would be 2.6 is great at the 30.48 level. So we're moving pretty much on a wave targeting level. I'm showing you a little bit how to target an Elliott wave 3. If this were a wave 1, 2, you add the top, you add the target distance. So you can see here this 30.48, very strong level, I believe, in the Canadian dollar, as we may have reached our extension point. So there you go. You got the dollar yen. You know, there's going to be a little in-betweens here. 16.20, 120.08, 55.36 the pound, 56.11. Euro just hanging under 24. Watch these trend lines. You know, I mean, if here's all the money. Here's all the 5 ABC. I mean, now it's not the time really for guidance. Now is the time for you know, celebration that you've been such a good technician, and now you just got to wait until we can break through these levels. If we do, then you have a nice opportunity to take a retracement trade, or you're just going to have to go with any downside momentum through our broken swing levels. So that's been our outlook for today, for Tuesday. Let's take a look at the economic calendar that can impact us this week from our website at FXReturn.com, home of our LP trading signals and our TON auto trading software. Go to the website, sign up for free membership to follow along with us. We had the new home sales kind of lackluster, no big deviation. Today, no news on our calendar, but tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m., 12:30 GMT, U.S. core durable goods orders month over month. We have a TON plan on that as we approach our Fed funds rate at 2.15. That's going to be a big mover, and we have our TON trade on news plan posted for that. So there's going to be a lot of posturing before this. At 12:30 GMT, 8:30 a.m. on Thursday, our advanced GDP figures Q over Q come in as we go into Friday's big Canadian GDP figures at 8:30 a.m. and our U.S. core PCE price index month over month. So a big week for TON. Be sure to check back with us and follow along. Sign up for a free trial so you too can trade right along with us here at FXReturn.com. So I want to thank you so much for following along today with us for Tuesday, October the 28th. You can see the euro in the background, 24.99. What a run it's been. We've been following along, providing you the best quality analysis possible that we can provide for you, from the tops at 60.37 to these retracements and expectation of the C wave. I think you can feel comfortable with our research. So thanks again, and I'll see you tomorrow for our 8:30 a.m. New York news. Bye-bye.